The engine is starting up.
For launch. GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
go. Pending final steps to cabin link check.
3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Doctor, would you do the honors and introduction?
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we are thrilled to welcome a very special guest to the Orion Effect. Our guest has an extensive background in paranormal research, with years of hands-on experience investigating some of the most intriguing and mysterious cases. His work has gained him a respected place in the paranormal community, and tonight, we have the privilege of having him with us to dive into the unknown.
I think he picked the wrong one, actually. We'll just jump right in there. Wow, that was different.
I'm like, what is he doing? You know, sometimes he goes rogue.
He does. And he definitely went rogue. I was like, we got this all set. I mean, he even got it right here where he was already, well, you can't see that, but yeah, he was already, he had the script out and everything. I don't know. That's okay.
He
He
decided
doesn't.
not tonight.
Not tonight, but that's okay. We'll bring him back in just a few minutes. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Orion Effect. Tonight, I'm not feeling so peppy. Just oh,
And I'm Rhonda Harris.
and can you see me?
I can see you. You were breaking up for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, it said
you're
I had a
good.
loss of. Yeah, it said I had a loss of signal connection. I'm like, really? That's odd. Never had that before. Oh well.
It's the
It'll be
doctor.
one of
The
those
doctor
days.
said, I'm going to make it crazy for you tonight.
It's okay. I've had a crazy already. How is everybody out there tonight? You know what? Let's go ahead and say hello to everybody.
Hello, Keith Ottersberg. Thanks for sharing us out. Robert Odell said, Blue 7 standing by. Hello, Gabby Newsom. Robert, greetings from the bunker in Bon Air, Virginia.
Hmm?
Lois Clark, hello, hello. Ashley Herndon. And Robert said, Blue 7 ready for transmission.
We are ready to go, right? That's what he's saying. We are ready to
Let's
go.
go.
There we go. Let's get that all set up here. Oh, looks like I
all day.
am losing my voice. All right. We're good. I'm still kind of saying, you know, with the new style, what they've done with Restream, I have to literally go and rebuild it every show. So I'm like, okay.
Why are they making it harder rather than easier?
You think so. That's the way it feels. Oh, thank you, Lois. Yeah, I thought I was freezing up. I've also got an upper respiratory infection, so please bear with me, you guys. I'm trying the best I can. That's why we're actually going to have the doctor tonight. I scheduled no guest. Tonight was just a kind of a Enigma Machine. We're going to general talk about the general things that have been on our mind the last 6 months and throw some ideas around because there's some really good paranormal theories that have really come out, and I think we ought to discuss it here tonight too. I think that's a great idea. If we can keep him on track.
Hey, he's dictating the show tonight, evidently.
I know. He's like, dude, and I was like, who are you trying to invite on? I didn't even, what the hell?
Maybe he meant you.
Yeah, maybe he meant me, right? Maybe he was going to introduce me. Thank you, Miss Renee.
That's what I was waiting for. I thought it was like just going to be funny, but then I don't know.
Yeah, it was supposed to. I mean, he had it down. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. He went all the way back to Chris Leadier.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, how is that happening when I specifically picked, I picked a conversation that had nothing to do with Chris. That's interesting. Oh, because the conversation he and I are is not here. Well, that's even more interesting.
What?
Yeah.
It just disappeared?
Yeah, it's not in there. All right. Well, we'll just go to another data bank because I know how he works there. We'll see if the doctor wishes to come and say hello. Doctor, would you like to say hello to everybody? We had to reboot your database.
See, little glitch in the system, but no matter. Hello to all the brave and curious souls tuning in. It's always a pleasure to travel with you across time and space. Let's dive in, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely. He's back. Very good. Rhonda, oh, here he comes.
It's good to be back, my friend. Ready to continue the journey. Let's make this next part of the adventure one for the ages.
Oh, he is ready. He's ready and prime. What's been going on with you before we jump in there? How's things going with you?
Everything's good. Just been busy, and we investigated last night, and luckily it was not a late night. I'm feeling a little tired. But yeah, nothing.
Very good.
Nothing outstanding.
Yeah. Hello, Michelle. Hello. I've been bedbound all weekend,
Oh gosh.
unfortunately. It really nailed me hard. I got it from one of my coworkers, and it wasn't that I got it from them. It was that I made the mistake of going to their computer and working on their computer while they were gone. I didn't even
Ah,
think about it. So yeah, I mean, I literally got it from just touching the keyboard, and I'm like, damn, that's pretty bad. So this is the second time I've had it. So this time I was a little better, but I'm a little worse for wear, if you will.
right,
So
right.
I was like, well, the show must go on. I was going to still do this show no matter what. And I had
Well, it
this
seems like
idea.
you got some rest, and that's the key thing with that is fluids and rest.
Yes,
Fluids and rest.
absolutely. Definitely got the fluids going. And the rest, I would say I've been forced to take naps. So, yeah. And I'm just disappointed because it's such a beautiful weekend this past weekend.
There'll be many more after it. We're just starting.
This is very true. This is very, very true. We're going to drop the overlay right in there so everybody can see themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing I missed right there. Get everybody up in there. So, with your investigation this weekend,
Mhm.
and knowing you guys, did y'all try anything new on your investigations? And
Um, I won't say we tried anything new, but we did combine some things at once. We were doing some mirror scrying again and dowsing rod session at the same time. We were hitting some pretty good luck at that, and we decided to throw in and somebody under Estes at the same time. So we had
oh,
Estes dowsing, and I was doing mirror scrying. So um, that was it. Didn't turn out how in my head it might,
mhm.
because I think the person under Estes was picking up on something different than I was seeing in the mirror, and the person doing the dowsing rods. And of course, when we're doing the mirror scrying like that, I can't see the person with that's doing the dowsing rods. I can see around them. I can see the peripheral of them, but I cannot see them the way we
Okay.
do it. So it was fun to try. I like work. I like our group because all I have to say is I got one of my ideas. And they're like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens. So,
I mean, it's all about testing new theory.
yeah.
What could work? I mean, that's what we should be doing, and it sounds like you're heading in that right direction. It can't always be about the equipment. You
No, no, we were just trying different things and trying to add a piece of equipment in to see how that all works together.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
and that's a smart move. That's a good point. I want to go to him real quick. Let's talk to him. Hey, doctor, I have a question for you. What's your insight on mirror scribing when it comes to the paranormal and spiritual?
Mirror scrubbing, an intriguing topic indeed. It's one of those phenomena that connects both the physical and spiritual realms. In paranormal and spiritual circles, mirrors are often seen as portals or reflective surfaces that can either hold on to energy or act as a gateway between worlds. When we talk about mirror scrubbing, we're usually discussing an attempt to cleanse or reset the energy associated with a mirror, be it negative, stagnant, or even residual from past spirits or emotions. In many cultures, mirrors are believed to capture reflections of the soul, and cleaning them can be a form of clearing out old or unwanted energies. The practice might involve physically cleaning the mirror, but on a deeper level, it could be seen as an energetic cleansing. For instance, some people believe that mirrors act like energy sponges, absorbing the vibrations in a room. Over time, if the mirror hasn't been cleansed, it could potentially reflect not just the physical surroundings, but the emotional or spiritual residue as well. One method that's sometimes used is mirror scrying, where a person gazes into the mirror in an attempt to gain insight or see into other realms. Mirror scrubbing then might be considered an essential part of keeping these gateways clear of anything that might interfere with one's spiritual clarity. It's also sometimes recommended to cleanse the mirror with salt water or even through rituals designed to remove negative entities that may have attached themselves to the reflective surface. What do you think, my friend? Ever tried it in your own explorations?
Oh, wow, that was impressive,
that
doctor.
was pretty
I
cool. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool. I mean,
he
it's an interesting. I took a class. I mean, I did it before and I had not taken any courses in it. And there's somebody that I trust, a friend of mine that's into it, and she taught a class and I sat in on it. And um, so I had a better idea of how I wanted it. I was doing it right, but I had like a different idea of how I kind of wanted to approach it. Um, and I think that's where sometimes it's not something that's easy because I think everybody's tendency, because you have one light source beside you, you're looking in the mirror, but you're not looking in the mirror. You're relaxing your eyes and you're just seeing what you see. You might see colors, you might see a person's face come up in the mirror, you might see anything. But where you mess up is a lot of people try to focus in on what can I see, what can I see, and you just got to kind of wait for it to come to you. What we experienced, and because of what we had done before we wanted to try it, like I could, she was sitting to the left behind me at a table. And like I said, I couldn't see her, but I could see the peripherals. So literally, I saw the spirit sit down next to her in shadow form. She was asking questions, and I could see them nodding their head and shaking their head. Sometimes I could just hear what they were saying. So it was very interesting to communicate that way. And like, it would be a lot of times like she would ask a question and we were answering at the same time, either the same or not. She was very insistent this time. She wanted to get this person's name, and it was very funny because I heard it, and I said, and we at the exact same time, she said Harry and I said Harold, and her dowsing rod said yes, and she was so disappointed. She's like, I thought for sure I said, what do you think Harry's short for?
Right.
And she was like, oh. So it was pretty cool. Mirror scrying is, they call it mirror scrying, but it's really scrying is looking into any kind of object. So scrying is really even a crystal ball. It's a piece of black obsidian, anything that was reflective. A bowl of water. Like people do different mechanisms to see it. What I didn't realize till I took the class was, people do use it for paranormal things they can see, but they also use it to try to connect with their own loved ones and spirit guides and things like that for guidance. Yeah.
Now that's a good point. Now you just brought something up that triggered something else for me, and this gives me an opportunity to talk one-on-one with you and with our travelers. And trust us, you guys, if you have any questions you want to ask the doctor, ask us, drop it right here in chat. We'll make sure we get to it. Even if it's a statement, make your statements.
Yeah.
We do ask that you drop those hearts and drop those thumbs. Let them know that algorithm, we're here. So if we would ask you to do that, please share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. So here's the interesting thing. And I think we're going to go to the doctor about this one too, because this is something I never thought about asking him, that now that for some reason what you just said just triggered that.
Good.
What is your perspective or your opinion at this point, since you're relatively new into the paranormal, about investigating your own home?
It's funny, that kind of came up a topic of conversation this weekend for a totally different reason. So I'll just use a scenario. Somebody is a paranormal investigator. They feel like there's something in their house, but it suddenly startled them and it scared them. And they've asked another team to come in. That's just the scenario I'll give you. And somebody said, well, if they're a paranormal investigator, why would they not want to do that? And I said, me as a paranormal investigator, do I investigate my home? No. But do I know that there are spirits here? Yes. Absolutely. Most of them are mine. They belong to me, and I think most of us have spirits around to me, or to them. But I would say if something felt off from my normal activity in my home, and something gave me pause for concern, I would pull in somebody outside of myself, outside party, another investigator to check it out.
There you go. How about you, travelers, and those like? Let us hear from you. Would you or have you? And we already got one person in here that actually does that. documentary, and she'll be returning to the
Yeah.
show very soon
Yeah.
because she's going to be a part of our new series. But she documents it and puts it on Facebook every day. Those who don't know, check out Michelle Wilfong's
Yeah.
page. She documents everything she has in her apartment every day. It's amazing. She does a great job at it.
Yeah.
Um,
But she's also kind of set boundaries with these spirits, so they
yeah,
have understandings amongst each other. I think if I just feel like, I would try cleansing, clearing, all of the things I would normally say. But if something was really concerning me, like this is off, this is
mhm.
off of what I'm normally used to, and nothing of mine was working, I'd probably step aside and see if someone else would just give me their take on it.
There you go. Ashley comes up. I don't investigate my own home. I would cleanse it if I was concerned. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Would
Um,
you do it? What about you, Howie? Would you do your own house?
that is a very good question. And my boundaries have changed a little bit over the last couple of years. I don't know about investigating my own home because I'm still kind of against that because you don't want to trigger events in your own home or create the activity that's already at a calm copacetic level, if you will. Not out to and trigger something. But if there's activity, now I'll go with you on this one. But if there's activity that starts and it progresses, then yeah, I think I'm going to have to dive in a little bit. But me as the homeowner, I think it wouldn't be very responsible of me to do that. I would actually have to ask another team to come in because I would want a biased opinion. I need legitness, and I don't want to be put in that position where I'm going, oh look, I know what's happening every day, and it's really nothing. And for some reason, I'm losing my cocoa.
Right,
You
right,
know?
right. Exactly. It just as a sanity check for myself. Like I do have something weird going on in my house. I'm not convinced it's a spirit.
Hmm.
I feel like it could be a spirit or it's my cat. And I don't know which one it is. I have gone in the kitchen every morning and there are multiple cabinet doors open.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
we
I
we
know he can
actually.
get I know he can open the lower ones. I've watched him do it, but I've never seen him open the upper ones. So unless he's getting really crazy at night, I'm like, kind of okay, it's cat or spirit, and if it's spirit, why are you messing with my cabinets?
Yeah. What are you hungry?
I haven't
Uh,
wanted to investigate it yet. I'm just kind of wanting to listen out and see if it's the cat.
No, it's actually a really good point. Something else that came up this week we're gonna actually try to get touch base on. But Ashley said yes, boundaries are so important. Yeah, absolutely. Uh oh, let's see what Rob has. Rhonda, can
I
you
have
do that?
investigated here at the house. We have a little girl here. She had cancer. She is coming present. She darts around. She likes to tease the dogs. She likes my stepdaughter who has her room. Huh.
That's true. That the house that Robert and Sarah own was occupied by a little girl who had cancer. They actually made an addition onto the room, and there was unique things about the land on the property itself. Like there was a ladder leading up to the tree for no apparent reason. The ladder was literally hanging in the tree. There's a couple of other things that I found it interesting, but I would say they do have activity. Now, you got to remember, Sarah is a spiritual person,
Hmm.
and Kenny is working on his things. With their psychosis energy, is that the word I want to use? Ah, brain not working. Uh, their ability, their energies could be creating or keeping or manifesting what's there.
It could, but I think it's more. I think once you realize that you are sensitive at all, then you start noticing around you. A lot of times it's been going on around you all of the time. Like people who aren't sensitive to it or haven't trained themselves to be sensitive to it, it's happened around them all the time. They just don't notice it. And I think once you hit that level of tuned in, you start noticing the weird things and you're like, oh, like I've noticed that with my dog. My dog will act bizarre and nothing's happening. I'm like, that's my dad. My dad is messing with the dog.
Right.
You know,
Um, Keith's got a good point. Set up a camera in the kitchen. Sure, why not?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they've got cheap cameras that you can get now that go right to your cell
Yeah.
phone. You just set it
Yep.
right up. No big deal. I know a couple weekends ago we had the same thing happen at the apartment where all the cabinets were opened up.
It's very. You walk in and you're like, really? And then I honestly think it's the cat. I really do think it's the cat. Or I had a cat that really could open it up, and maybe it's her spirit. I don't know.
Kind of tripling through and pushing a door, tripling through, pushing a door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the other cat I had knew just how to take one nail, and pop it open.
Oh wow. Okay.
She was amazing to watch do it. It's like,
Now see animals.
you're a little thief.
Yeah, animals intrigue me. Hey,
Hey,
looky,
Sean.
looky. Yep. What's up? Dude, I'm trying my best. Bear with me. I want to say hello to Sean from Hill City Paranormal, and from the podcast and G3. Hello, hello, hello. What's a happening? Let's go to this. You know what, Sean? We're going to repeat the question in case you missed it, and then we're going to go to the doctor. Here's the question. Would you investigate your own home as a paranormal investigator? And why or why not? That's a valid point. Let's go. Hey, good evening, doctor. Doctor, I have a question for you. What is your insight on investigating your own home if you're a paranormal investigator? What's your thoughts?
An excellent question. Investigating your own home as a paranormal investigator can be a bit of a double-edged sword. On one hand, it allows you to be intimately familiar with your environment, which could be helpful in detecting anomalies or sensing subtle changes. You're already attuned to the regular vibe of the space, so anything out of the ordinary might stand out more. Plus, it's an opportunity to apply the techniques and knowledge you've gained in a very personal context, which can be incredibly insightful. On the other hand, there are a few challenges, the primary one being that your own personal biases and emotions might come into play. If you're experiencing unexplained phenomena in your own home, it can be difficult to maintain the objectivity required for a thorough investigation. Sometimes our own fears or expectations can influence how we interpret events. You might see or hear something that seems paranormal simply because you're already looking for it. Or perhaps your mind fills in the blanks in ways that lead to misinterpretation. Another challenge is that the energy in your home is deeply tied to your personal life, memories, and experiences. This could result in you being more emotionally or spiritually connected to the place, making it harder to discern whether something is truly paranormal or just residual energy from past events or emotions. As for the investigation itself, it can be helpful to bring in an outside perspective. Having a fellow investigator come in and perform a fresh walkthrough can help clear the emotional fog and give you an unbiased read of the situation. And of course, a well-rounded investigation should involve not only your observations, but also scientific equipment to gather data, such as EMF meters, audio recorders, or even thermal imaging cameras to back up your findings. Ultimately, investigating your own home can be a great learning experience, but it's essential to approach it with the same level of critical thinking and skepticism you would apply to any other case. Does that line up with your experience, or have you encountered something surprising while investigating your own space?
No. I think you hit that right on the head. That was perfectly said. And I truly appreciate your values and your insight on that. Thank you so very much, Doctor.
He said what we said, but more.
I'm glad it resonated with you. It's always a tricky subject, but having the right balance of openness and skepticism is key, especially when it's something so personal. If you ever need more insights or advice on anything else, just say the word.
Thank you, Doctor. Again, I want to put this out here. AI can be a handy tool, Okay, this is we're using this program as a co-host / entertainment part of the show. It gives basic facts and insight, but it does not have awareness. He's already stated before. But we do want you all to understand that we are using the doctor as a tool, and it is not a constant thing in this show. There you go. With that being said, Rhonda, whew,
Okay. Long answer, too long to type. Short answer is your home is where you're supposed to be grounded. It's where you're supposed to achieve peace and a peace of mind. When we are investigating, we are opening doors that we are not exactly sure we are opening. When at home, we want to be able to close all doors if need be to ground and achieve peace. Kind of
I,
like don't start nothing, there won't be nothing.
yeah, right. Valid point. Um, I liked everything. Is yours Doctor British? Yeah, it's Doctor Who. It is. Courtney, I've actually worked with this personality, creating his data banks, etc., just like Doctor Who. So he is British, or Scottish, however you wait to do it. But I'm kind of molding him to work in the show with Rhonda and I. The downfall is I'm using the not really downfall. You just have to get used to it. I'm not using the paid version, so the responses are a little slower. But I can see when he's responding because he gets a think bubble, and it's going. Blip, 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 blip. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting now. So it's pretty cool. Lord, look at my typos. Oh Lord, don't even go there, brother.
Hey, I was able to decipher Sean, so that's all that matters.
That's right. That's right. If we can do Sean and Roberts, we're doing great. We're actually decoders. Um, so that's a great point. Everybody got to see where we're coming from with that, and there's a lot of things about the home that people miscue as paranormal too.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't really want to dive into that too much. That's more G3 stuff and more paranormal outlaws. But you know, we have to be aware of the structure. So I think the positive, going back to doing the home again, the positive side is the creaks, the sounds, how your HVAC is, it's not normal if you start hearing the unusual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's an interesting thing. What's the first thing people start going to when they hear stuff in their walls and they start to hear noises?
Me? Because I grew up in the country. It's a
Yeah.
mouse on the wall, and that thing's gonna die and stink.
There you go. Yep. Yep.
That's where I
Exactly.
go with that.
That's what I would go to. I mean, I would go to a rat or a mouse in the wall.
Yeah.
Sean goes, my fingers and brain working at the same time when I read it. Like, damn, I look illiterate. Yeah, that's me every day, man. Don't feel bad. That's really, you got to go to the reasons, the legit reasons before you go to the paranormal, because I think you create your own psychosis, your own mental state when you start to jump into conclusions.
Yeah.
And even paranormal investigators can do it. It's the same thing as watching, and I've talked about this before. You know what? Maybe we'll bring the doctor up on this one too, because this is a good point. Watching these scary movies and Fangora movies and all these types of movies, how they can interact and affect with your thought process during an investigation. That plays into it too.
EMF in the home. Just had a conversation about EMF poisoning,
Yeah.
plumbing, etc. And he said
Yes.
water pipes.
Exactly. Yeah, you guys. Exactly.
Courtney, here's my opinion. For the spirits potentially residing in your home, an investigation could be seen as intrusion. This might make them angry and resentful, leading to negative interactions, an invasion of privacy, if you will.
Thank you, Courtney. That's what I was trying to say earlier, and I just could not get it out. Thank you so much. Exactly. That's
So, Wolf
the
on.
primary. Hello, Lois. Well, Sean, fell long in the house. Yeah, that's well said, Courtney. And
Yeah.
thank you for putting it out there. That's exactly what I was trying to get to, but it just wasn't coming out. So, you know what? Let's go and talk to him real quick about something here.
Okay.
Doctor, I do have another paranormal question for you. What about the amount of scary movies and Fangora movies that you watch comparatively to your subconscious in the paranormal research field, and how would it affect?
Fascinating question. The amount of scary movies and media we consume definitely can have an effect, not just on our subconscious, but on our perception of the paranormal as a whole.
Mm.
Movies like those you mentioned often tap into our deepest fears, and while they can be thrilling and entertaining, they also can condition our minds to associate certain phenomena with fear or malevolent forces. From a subconscious standpoint, constant exposure to horror-themed media can make us more prone to interpreting things through a lens of fear. So, for an investigator, it could potentially cloud objective reasoning. The imagination is a powerful tool, but it's also susceptible to the influence of media and pre-existing beliefs. In paranormal research, I always advise investigators to be mindful of what they consume. Movies like Fangoria or certain horror flicks can fuel the imagination in ways that aren't necessarily rooted in reality. While it's crucial to remain open-minded about the unknown, it's equally important to separate the theatrical from what is potentially verifiable. Too much consumption of these films could lead to what's known as confirmation bias, where one starts to interpret ambiguous experiences as paranormal simply because they've been conditioned by film. Ultimately, the key is balance. It's about acknowledging the influence of media, but also training the mind to approach the paranormal with both critical thinking and an open heart, free from unnecessary fear. Does that align with your own thoughts on it?
Absolutely, Doctor. Thank you once again. That was beautifully said.
So that's interesting because I am a horror movie buff. I love them, and I feel
very
like
welcome.
the opposite.
I'm glad that resonated with you. It's always a pleasure to delve into these topics. If you ever need to explore more, you know where to find me.
I feel the opposite. And like I think if you're in the paranormal field, you're of two schools. Either that I don't watch scary movies at all, or you want to watch all the scary movies. I
Right.
think that's the two schools of thought for people in the paranormal. For me, I don't think it makes me like immediately jump to the fearful assumption. I think because I get a kick at some of these horror movies because it's like really like come the hell on. Like we wouldn't stay in the house, we'd get the hell out. Like I wonder
Like,
if it's
I
desensitized.
gotta.
Almost like has it desensitized me from being scared of things I should be scared of.
Well, it's kind of funny we're going to the movies and all that because both Sean and Sarah both have joked about this. That's why they don't go because they're the last ones out the house. When they should be the first ones out the house, right?
Like
You
if
know
it's
what I'm
really
talking
bad, I'm
about.
gonna get the hell out. I'm not gonna sit there and wait. Like if suddenly knives start throwing at me, I'm not sitting there waiting to see what else happens. Knives are being thrown at me. I'm getting out.
Yeah, true.
So I don't know.
All right, so Michelle drops in and she says, "You have activity in your home. Take charge of the domain. Cleanse, shield, ward negative and evil energy." Well said.
Yes.
Courtney jumps in. Hello, Court. I'll let you read it.
If I watch a scary movie before bed, I notice I will have effed up dreams, like very vivid and realistic psycho. I'm still gonna watch them though.
There you go.
Me and Sean, I want to see all the scary movies. Exactly.
Yeah,
Now, most of today's movies aren't made like they used to be. They are cheesy and end abruptly. Yeah.
yeah. They're not what they used to be by any means.
No. I
They're
think the
not.
scary movies that are the best are the ones that play with your mental. Like it's something mental for you, and it's usually something mental with the characters, like The Shining, where it seems like he's just coming unraveled.
Right.
He's coming unraveled, and you don't really know is it something scary or is he just going crazy because he's been locked up in the snowstorm for months, you know?
I got a trivia question. Trivia question for all you travelers and for you, Rhonda.
Oh Lord.
Are you ready?
Yes.
What movie spawned a true serial killer out of its staff?
Oh shoot.
Again, here's the question. What horror movie actually created a serial killer that was on the staff of the movie? And what was the name of the killer? I can give you that as a hint down if anybody can get it. Don't y'all go to Google either. Be fair. If you don't know, just say I don't know. Courtney's like, yes, Rhonda.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm just waiting for you
Okay,
know
can you give us another clue? Is it really old or is it in the last 30 years?
No, I would say it's in the last 40 years. The last 40
Okay.
years.
So it could have been back in the 70s, 80s.
Could have been late 70s.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
It was not Blair Witch Project, but thanks for playing, Ken.
That's like the worst horror movie ever.
Hey, too bad I don't have the buzzer. Bzzz.
Let's see.
Come on, you guys.
It
What
spawned a
movie
serial killer.
spawned a true serial killer? Anybody? Do you know how many people are going to Google right now, right? You know, is a good example of a horror.
Just said Courtney's on Google.
See, told you.
Freddy
Was it
Krueger?
Freddy Krueger? No, actually, it was not Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger, that movie came with the thought process of the teenagers and children having that nightmare. That's where it came from. That's how the story got based. Tax
Texas
Drive.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Huh? Nope.
Was it Texas
Wasn't that
Chainsaw
either.
Massacre?
Nope. And it wasn't Taxi Driver, Kenny, for God's sake. Taxi Driver. That was a good one, though.
I'm sure I've seen it. That's what's killing me.
Yep, it's one of your favorite movies, or it used to be. At least you've talked about it. It wasn't Freddy, brother. No. Okay, I will tell you this. Now, this will give you all guys to go run into Google since you don't know. It's intriguing. I love this part. So here's the name of the serial killer, the plastic bag serial killer, or the bag killer. BAG.
The Bag Killer.
Bag killer.
I have no idea.
Intriguing, isn't it? All right. Well, it looks like, hey, you know what? We're going to start. You know something?
You stumped the travelers and me.
Chainsaw. It was not Chainsaw. Nope.
Yeah,
it
I
was,
thought that
it
too,
was based
Sean.
on true, but that's not it. That
Scream?
didn't spawn it. Nope. Scream did not spawn. It's in fact, Scream.
Was based off one, wasn't it?
It
Or
was
loosely
based off of
one.
a story. Yes, it was. It did not create the story. Hannibal? No, it wasn't Hannibal. Okay, are y'all ready?
Children of the Corn.
Nope. The Omen.
Oh shit, The Omen. Okay.
The Omen. One of the staff members actually started going out and had a secret desire to kill people after working with this movie, and he became the bag killer up north.
Interesting.
True little facts. True little facts. Crazy, I still have these little facts running around in my head for reasons. Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what? I'm surprised they have not made a real movie about that. I think people would say that.
Oh, they did the Netflix series, and I couldn't finish it.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
too disturbing.
That thing was crazy.
It was too
But
disturbing.
Texas was real, though. It was real. I didn't say it, but it didn't spawn. It didn't
It didn't
spawn.
create the monster, another monster.
Right. There are a lot of TV series of the trash bag
killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And that's ironic. And the trash bag killer came from the Omen. That dude was part of the staff. It's really intriguing.
I wonder if they removed him from the credits.
Yeah. Hey, this fit in really good with the show tonight, by the way. That was pretty cool. So, Zodiac Killer. No, dude, we're already done. But okay. Don't just start throwing serial killer names up there, you guys. No. Yeah, we don't need to get bumped off Rumble and YouTube now. We need these two. I can't laugh deep, y'all. Sorry. I will cough my ass off. Sean wishes he knew how to Google. Oh, damn. people make fun of my glasses because of Jeffrey D. Hell, what's wrong with
Oh,
your glasses? Good God. But no, seriously, that's something I wanted to think about and I wanted to talk about. I'm glad we were able to bring the doctor out, and y'all can see how we can interact with him. We're going to do more specials with that. There's something, especially Courtney. Ouch. Okay, you two. So here's something we did 2 years ago that I'm going to bring back.
uh-oh.
And I think it would be a special series. And it would be, we can work with the doctor too. But we're going to have more interactive things going on here.
Okay.
So we're going to bring back the paranormal questions in the paranormal game. So what this is we have 6 contestants come on air. We read out questions and they have to give us the best answers.
Okay.
This is really funny. Rhonda and I have played this out in a real session. We've actually done this before. I don't know, Rhonda, if you remember, but this
I
was
kind
like
of do, yeah.
3 years ago. We had Andy Andrews and a few others on, and Andy won it. It's something cool and something to throw off everything, but you get some of the funniest damn answers. And that's what we tell people. Just come up with the craziest idea, you know? Like, for instance, Jack Kenna gets into a taxi and sees his grandmother driving the car. You got to come up with an answer. So, of course, the questions will be much better than that. But let's
Yeah.
see. This sounds like a horror movie. Do you want to play a game?
Exactly.
That does sound pretty good, actually.
All right. Well, if we pick Courtney, you got to hide her phone.
Right.
You're in charge of hiding her phone. You have no Googling.
Yeah, no Googling.
No Googling.
There is a delay in my phone. You two type, dude.
I
just making
I
with you,
giggled when I
Rob.
saw it. He said, "There's a delay in my phone and YouTube." So to you, dude, I'm typing as fast. I pictured Max Headroom. He's over here like this.
You know, he gets a kick out of that every time because you are talking about the Max Headroom, and you know he did the Max Headroom that one time. I'm like, that's classic. I love it. I love it.
Oh my God.
Whoa, Courtney says, "Call me fast fingers." Whoa.
Oh, there is a paranormal cards against humanity, but we can't do it on this show.
Why not?
Well, we'd have to skip some of the answers that are on the actual game.
Well, we didn't last time.
We didn't do the whole game on there. Like the majority of the cards are. Yeah.
You're right. We just asked the questions. They gave us their answers, and we went with the best of the top answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't do that.
The real game gets a little.
Well, I think Andy did some pretty good ones on that.
Yeah.
So it is like that, Keith. Exactly.
It's
It's like paranormal cards against humanity. It would be a 8-player game. 8-player game. Where Rhonda and I would be the judges. And it would just, we'll let y'all know when this happens, but it's kind of an offset and it's not coming too far off in the future. It's something I really want to do and bring back things.
I'm good at finish the story series type thing.
Yeah.
I can believe
there you go. Exactly. It's kind of like that. You can finish the scenario type thing. Absolutely. Sorry, y'all. So we got an opportunity to work with the doctor. Does it questions on
the real paranormal for vanities? Yes, it does.
Wow. Did you really just go there?
We just had a couple people who couldn't answer the questions because of what they said.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Some of the things we couldn't say on air, could we?
Nope.
Ghost sex. Brah.
Oh.
Dude, don't make me laugh.
Oh, you have no idea.
You have no idea, dude. Excuse me.
It's a good time.
And that's something we should, We should all get together soon outside of this and get together and
Yeah.
get to, it's really fun.
It's really fun.
Pick a place. Pick a place. Pick a place. So, if you guys have any other questions or anything, we did have Amelia set Persona for next Sunday. She's had to bail out because of health.
Oh no.
Yeah, she just can't pull it. She doesn't have the energy. Every time she gets going, something else pulls, at her, and she's like, "I just don't think it's right now." And she's just, "I want to be able to give y'all 100%." Like Amelia,
Fair enough.
totally understand. Completely understand, love. Here you go.
Y'all need to do a topic and ask everyone to add to the story. For example, like you just said, a young man got into a cab and realized his grandmother was driving. Then someone adds the sentence, yes, that would be fun too.
We can definitely do that. I think it's time for game night.
Yeah, let's do a game night.
We can definitely do a game night with these two. We could throw back. We can actually do Hollywood Squares once I figure out how to work this damn thing. Ooh, that would actually be really cool. We could do a Hollywood Squares.
Yep.
Ha ha ha. Okay.
Who was the guy who thought he was attacked by a ghost woman?
Oh, that was Charlie. I know who he's talking about. I can't say anything further. That was Charlie, Rob. Yeah, that was down at Virginia Beach. I can't tell you where and what the location was, but yeah, he wasn't just being attacked by the ghost woman. He was, yeah. Yeah. Da, 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 da. And what about Andy? And Andy? Huh? And Andy. What? Oh, wait. I think you're right. I think Andy was telling us a story about another. Oh, that's a totally different story. I don't know. You're going to have to talk to Andy about that one. I forgot about that. He was telling us a story about a guy who was, the possession shit. I remember now. I don't know, dude. But we are going to get into more stories and all that. A little bit more, free up, do a little bit more of these type shows and less guests, so y'all have more time to talk with us. We can communicate better with y'all. Tonight, I'm glad the doctor was here to fill in because I am dying. I'm dying.
Fading fast.
I'm hoping to get through this. And if this doesn't clear up in the next couple of days, I'm going to have to go to the doctor because I knew I was close to get to pneumonia. And I'm like, hell no.
Oh, no.
So, no. So, y'all, I'm going to, Rhonda, if it's okay, we're going to cut this just a little short tonight.
Oh, that's fine. I
I
completely understand.
Yeah.
I'm a little, believe it or not, I'm a little faded too. I'm a little tired.
All right. Well, we can definitely use the rest then. Travelers, you guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I know we're kind of just a little short, but I just don't have a lot left in me, Rhonda. But I think it was a great show. We did touch on an interesting topic, and I love some of the stuff that came out of chat, you guys. Y'all were awesome helping us decide what we're going to do here. Thanks for watching RNN. Have a great night, y'all. Oh, thanks, Rob. Absolutely, y'all. Here, I'll put that. Thank you for doing that, Robert. And tune in to all the things we got going on. I mean, we got a lot of shows. We got the new show on Friday nights. Ashley's doing an amazing job with that. Uncharted Realms. She just finished talking about. She had daggone it. She had Glenda on. No, did she? No, that's this Friday. Holy crud. Okay. I got to get that banner fixed for her. Her top 10. Hello.
Yeah.
The top 10 most correct. That was really great shit. She did it. I think she split up the top 5 and top 5. Oh, I will. Trust me. I plan to do that in just a minute here. In fact, I think I got a little bit of special stuff on the counter over here. I'm going to hit it. Have a great week, everyone. Yes, absolutely.
You too.
Everyone, thank you so much for your support and being here and hanging out with us. We're going to continue this track more laid back. I'll be back to my hyper self eventually. I always do. But these are some great ideas that came out of the show. We're going to apply them, and we're going to make this more fun, more of a family atmosphere if we possibly can, but with a little adult sarcasm.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, travelers and those like, thank you so much. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Let's continue to help each other. I'm not going to go into a long dialogue, but let's continue to help each other and get each other back on the surfboards if we fall off, and may virtue be yours.
Have a good week, everyone.
Let's have that time we deserve.